everyone, and welcome to another Taunton Focus nonprofit. We're on episode 26 this month, and we've got a great guest, Kim Thomas from the Old Colony Habitat for Humanity. Thank you very much for coming in today. You do some incredible work. I know people see it around, and I know we'll talk about our first Taunton home, which was a long time coming. But just give me a little history of the Old Colony Habitat for Humanity, like when it started and the reasoning behind it, kind of thing.
Great, thanks for having me, Jay. I appreciate it. Old Colony Habitat for Humanity has been around since 1989. It was an Attleboro, actually, Habitat for Humanity, and then over the years it morphed into a Bristol, Norfolk County Habitat.
That's great.
Yeah, so we've been serving the communities since '89. We are now in Rainham. Actually, we have an office with the Bristol County Savings Bank, and we're kind of in joint with them there, and we're really excited. I've been at the affiliate for 5 years.
Wow.
And so we've been building about 12 homes so far we've built. So now our goal is to do one a year.
One a year?
Mm-hmm.
And is it mostly volunteer? I know you've got the whole crew that helps you to build I know Bristol County Savings Bank was one that was there. I know the Taunton Chamber was another one that helped out. But I mean, it seems like you have a ton of people behind the organization helping.
Yeah, we really do. We can't do it without volunteers. Habitat for Humanities rely on volunteers. So we have over 1,000 of them now. I can remember when I first started 5 years ago, I was recruiting neighbors and friends to help. And it's been a journey. And now we have like 1,000 people helping. And the city of Taunton has been amazing as well. And just really having partnerships like yourself and Shauna in the city is wonderful because we're able to help families with affordable housing that they wouldn't otherwise be able to get.
It's such a huge need, especially now. Now, talk about the process as far as how do you pick a municipality or pick a home or pick a lot? How does that process work as far as Habitat goes?
So we have committees. So we have a land committee. So we have engineers and attorneys and board of directors and amazing group of people that really vet out the different properties and opportunities. So we'll reach out to cities and towns like we did with Taunton and talk about the opportunity to build affordable housing for families. So then we work alongside partnerships and then architects and tradespeople and all those people to really come together and do the build. So we rely on that, either donated land from private donors or land from municipalities such as the City of Taunton. So, and then we look at the land, we work in conjunction with the partners at the city or town level, and then we begin to do the build. And then during that process, we have our families that we go through a long process of lottery.
Yeah, you got to talk about that a little bit more because that's intense.
It is. So so once we obtain land that we know we're going to build.
All right, we're going to have a Taunton location, and then
you're going to have a Taunton location, and then we're going to open up we have to market it for about 60 days. So we have a list of people. So you have to live or work in the area for at least a year. So our service area of 24 communities, and then you can apply. So it's a rigorous process. People apply like a mortgage, right? It is a mortgage, and background check and credit checks and things like that. So we pre-qualify, and then the work with the bank to be pre-approved, and then enter in a lottery. So when we had the lottery at Chester Court, and we had the mayor pick the name, which was amazing, and then we picked the Lopes family, and they worked so hard she's been trying for years and had the dream of home ownership. So that process was great, and then they come in and do sweat equity hours. So the families do about 250 sweat equity hours, and they have to work alongside us. Yeah,
that's important for people to know. Just a little background that this house, what had happened was it was part of the marketable properties program that the mayor, Shauna O'Connell, had instituted, where we identify spots that have rundown places where people no longer live, and we either try to sell it or give it away. In this instance, I know there was an RFP, but it was minimal dollars that you had to spend on that. But this house was just full of. It was probably one of the worst conditioned houses that we had seen in quite some time. So, working with Habitat, we helped to demolish the building, and then you kind of took it from there, where you started and it was just an amazing process of seeing it go up and how beautiful it was. I mean, even it was a dead end street, but even the neighbors were like so excited because they go from having this house that's got animals living in it, watching TV every night, and now you've got this beautiful home that's going up. So talk about as far as that process goes. So you had to go through the permitting, to get the building and stuff, and then you start and then it's just like this convergence of volunteers that just start building this. And it's like one of these things where it's like the next day, it's like the building is up.
I know, it's crazy. It was like 9 months. I know, it's like
Yeah.
so fast.
I know,
People
it
couldn't
was.
believe it. So we were so grateful to have the property and then also to have the structure torn down because, of course, we fundraise and we're a small nonprofit. So
Right.
helping that way was great. And I remember the day that we did the groundbreaking and all the people that were standing there, and all of a sudden you turn around and there's the home. It's just beautiful.
I know, it
We're
was
not
like
that
mud
easy.
everywhere or something, and we were like, oh, eventually we're gonna have a house here.
It was so beautiful. And then we had the neighbors. So what I usually do is I go around and meet the neighbors. So I did that and, worked. We had the Clarys, and then next door was Scott at Reed and Barton. He was super helpful.
Yeah, Reed and Barton was
Yeah.
awesome.
Storing the swing set and the shed, and just because we didn't have the space, and the neighbors were just so welcoming. So we really talk, Jay, about lifting up not only the community but the families, right? We do both. So it's been because we want to set the families up for success when they come into the home, and really educate people that these are families that just couldn't afford a mortgage, a high mortgage like today's days, but working and just looking for that one opportunity. That's great.
Now
Yeah.
take us back to, so the lottery, so I think does it get down to like 3 families or something? It's like this really nail biting thing where it's like, you are a finalist for this house, and then you pull the name, and then it's awarded to, the family that you gave it to, which is pretty amazing story. You want to get
amazing.
into their story a little bit?
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
she's pretty incredible.
So on our website, we have join the waiting list. So families can join the waiting list on the website. So then they get notified when we have a property open. So we had over 100 applicants inquire, and then it got to like 30, and then 10, and then as you say, it was down to like 4 families, and then we drew the Lopes family. And Tina, and then she has her son Elson, who's 18, and then Ava's 5, and they were just so delightful to work with. So what we do too is once we pick the name, then we tell all of the families that are waiting that we have paperwork, and then we go and surprise the family like a Publishers Clearinghouse type of thing. The best part with the balloons, and then they dive right in. They meet everybody. They come to a board meeting and say hello. Like, we just get them right in the Habitat family in the mix, and they stay. All the families we work with stay with us too. And so a really neat story with Elson is that he's going to Bridgewater State. And he was in his first year, and Bristol County Savings Bank came out and did a build day, and now he is interning there, and maybe that opportunity would not have happened.
Incredible side story there.
Yeah,
That needs
and that's
to be
just
told.
like a quick little version of it, but what a great story.
That is awesome.
So, and all the families that we work with, it's such a pleasure to see how grateful they are and how grateful we are to be able to help them.
Well, and I think one of the important parts about this too, and you touched on it initially, is the sweat equity, because it's like, we don't want people to think, oh, they just handed this house. This is like, they work for this house, and they're still paying. It's not like it's a free house for life. I mean, they still have to pay. They still have to come up with money, but the sweat equity, especially with the son. I know he was there like every day working with, alongside Bristol County Savings Bank and other, groups to build the house. So, I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of cool to see how appreciative people are. I think sometimes that gets lost, and people thank you or whatever. But this family and the mom had been through so much.
Yeah, she's through so much.
And I think the daughter was like 5, I think, right? And she was just like so excited. It's their first room, kind of thing, and the beautiful design and stuff like that, and the furniture. That was just like it impacted you when you see her go in, and the videos and how excited she was. To have this room. It made it all worth it.
It really did. It was the best seeing her. And then she's going to Mulcahy School now and loves it. Yep. So, and Elson's in his 2nd year at Bridgewater, and Mom's doing really well. It's so it'll be a year actually coming up that they'll be in the home.
A year already. Wow.
Yeah. It's flown by. So having them, we stay in touch with them. And
I was going to ask that, like, how does that work? Do you keep in touch like every 6 months or something?
Yeah, even like sometimes every month. If she needs anything, the first year we warranty everything with our, with our work that we do.
Yep.
And then we stay in touch with the family too, and even after I still hear from our Norton family, of Attleboro family, and we're doing Franklin now, and
yeah. And I know they got a beautiful backyard.
They do.
I know they've got a big house with a lot of nooks and crannies, which is cool, because she was having fun with all the different spots that she could
Yes.
hide and stuff inside the house and stuff. Beautiful kitchen and just the mom with a beautiful bedroom. It's just amazing, you know, these people, you know, single mom going through this, you know, process and just the difficulty of life in general and just having this handed, you know, and she's got to work at it. She's got to pay a little to, you know, for the mortgage and stuff, but it's just an incredible story to watch it unfold. I guess, you know, it's like, what took Taunton so long? I guess because it's like, this is our first one, what? But Shauna was, you know, definitely pushing for this, and we had the opportunity of this house lot that obviously needed to be demolished, and I think just having a dead-end street, I mean, what a perfect scenario.
Oh, it's perfect.
You know,
It's
for the
perfect.
young girl, don't have to worry about playing in the street or any of that stuff, or cars bashing by, and things like that. And it's just an incredible story, incredible house. I know they're going to roll the video footage while we're talking so people can actually see the house and the pictures and stuff, but it's just an incredible story. And there was so many people involved between the contractors and the banks that were involved and the chamber, and so many people dedicated time, you know. And I know there was some retired Bristol County Savings Bank guys that
Yeah.
were really involved because they had a lot of time on their hands, and it was just impressive, you know, dedicating their whole day or week.
They do.
to,
They're there for
doing this.
day, like the whole time. They're there almost every day. These volunteers and retired people, and then Dorsey and Sons came out, and then we
Yeah,
had
they're
Wood
awesome.
Palace with the kitchen, and just so many people step up and donate, and
incredible.
and when you say with the backyard, it was beautiful because during the fall, the leaves, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really is nice. And then also during the storm, I got pictures from the neighbor and from Tina. So the kids, there's kids across the way next door.
Yeah.
So they were playing in the
That's
snow,
right, young
and yeah,
family
so it's
there.
nice that they can hang outside together and
That is
play
neat.
and do those kind of things and feel really safe and you know, really enjoy the home. And she cooks up a storm, and you know, she cooked up a storm for us, a big breakfast. She had the project leads and our
great.
staff there, and we had a beautiful breakfast. And she's just so grateful. It really makes my job, so rewarding, really, to help families like Tina and the kids.
It must be amazing too, like, I mean, cooking for everybody, but then after everybody leaves, it's like the three of them are left in their own house. That never would have been possible without Old Colony Habitat. So it's got to be just an amazing thing I know there wasn't many dry eyes, you know, that day, as far as when the family realized and got to see the house and stuff. It's a pretty incredible story to be part of, even from the outside, just like, wow, what an impact for a family. Now, you were talking about, you know, next steps as far as, so your next house is in Franklin right now. That you
Yes.
guys, is it completed or
So June,
almost
yeah, by the end of this, before the summer starts, yeah,
Okay.
it'll be almost done. So it'll be complete in a couple months. And tomorrow, Elson is actually coming out from Taunton. He's coming out for the day to work with the guys, and they're doing flooring. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and we had
Sweat equity
families
for
from
another house.
yep,
That's
exactly,
awesome.
yeah,
Good
and
for
the
him.
other family from Attleboro. She came out to help in Taunton, and yeah, so it's just great. Yeah, love it. So we're we received a similar to the Taunton. We received through an RFP at Old Historical Meeting House, like 2,100 square feet. People hear, oh, you're rehabbing a church for a single family, but it's small and beautiful, but it's big and spacious. But I mean,
That's what they're doing with these old churches.
They're beautiful. It's beautiful. So we're rehabbing that. Historical Commission has been a good ride too, and yeah, so we're going to be we're really
And
excited.
what about what's next? What are you eyeing as far as
I
the
don't
next
know.
property?
Maybe we'll talk about.
I know we were
Taunton,
talking off.
maybe.
We were talking off camera about another one for Taunton that we're working on.
Down the road
so
would be
that's-
great, and
That's something we're working on. Yeah.
And we have property in Rainham actually that was given to us that I've been sitting on while we're waiting in between. So either Rainham or Norton will be next. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And as far as how people can help, what is the website?
so
Is it
it's
just-
oldcolonyhabitat.org.
Okay.
Yep.
And they'll put it on the little thing on
Perfect.
the screen. And you have, are you doing the furniture store anymore, or you closed the furniture store? I'm
Yeah,
just trying to think of
closed.
ways
Yeah.
for people to contribute. So it would be like donations off the website, or like, hey, I'm available to volunteer kind of
Yeah.
thing. Anything else people can do?
Yeah,
or-
there's a way to like donate, obviously through the website, or send, any way to make a donation, but also donating time, time, talent, and treasure. Really, people that have like project leads that can come in and help lead, installing flooring, cabinets, and things like that. People that want to come out for a day and grab a hammer, make a donation, be part of a committee.
Yeah, and that's something important to say too, is for businesses, you're looking for businesses to help out. I mean, it's great advertising for them because I know you put their logos on the posts and stuff like that, and it's a great way to give back. I think a lot of people, as well as businesses, want to give, don't know how to do it. So this is a great opportunity, if you work in this kind of trade where, you've got some time and some people that can lend, put a floor down or build a bathroom or do some plumbing, for the next Habitat home. That would be great. And so it's oldcolonyhabitat.org? Did I get that right? Okay.
Yeah, and then people that, even like, people use it as a team build day, so corporations give donations, and they're like, oh, I don't know what we're going to do, but we have the guy, the lead standing right beside everybody showing them, and they have a great day. So we do breakfast and lunch, and they get T-shirts, and we have the logo everywhere, like you said, on the T-shirts and signage, and,
that's right.
and just the partnerships of in-kind donations from, plumbers or anything like that, and then corporations come out and have a team build day. They have a blast.
Yeah, the banks, you get a lot of banks that come, or credit unions, and they come by and do their thing, and that's pretty cool.
At Bluestone Bank, they have a waiting list. People are fighting to get on the list, so I hear
waiting
about
list to
that.
Volunteer.
Yeah, I love it.
You don't hear that every day. Wow.
I know, it's
That's
really awesome. So I'm very lucky to have the support I have in the community and with the city of Taunton and the mayor.
That's great.
And Shauna, it's been great.
So we'll be, hopefully next time we talk, we'll be coming up with another location for you guys in Taunton. And, just keep it going. It's very inspiring. I think everybody knows now to reach out to, oldcolonyhabitat.org. Donate time, money, effort with your business or your own personal approach, but it's just so important. And, trust me, from someone, I just took pictures, they had plenty of volunteers every time I went, but it was just amazing to see this unfold and to see this house, from the very beginning, from the decrepit condition it was in to this beautiful condition that it is in now. And it's kudos to you and your group, for impacting a family each time, because it's just amazing, especially now people can't afford, houses and stuff. And this is just such a huge break for these families that deserve it. So thank you for all you do, Kim. Thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it. All right, we're wrapping up another Taunton Focus Nonprofits, number 26, with Old Colony Habitat for Humanity. Although I've never done this before, I'm going to do it now. So coming next time, number 27, it's going to be the former Morton Hospital, now Brown Health. Have a great day.